by winning. Now, if you believe that, subscribe to that philosophy, then the U.S. football team the past 2 seasons, well, they should be a bunch of Einsteins. Well, enough of that. Let's roll like former U.S. President Lyndon B. Johnson. He once said, quote, "Yesterday is not ours to recover, but tomorrow is ours to win or lose." Now, moving forward, Season 3 of the Rainbow Warrior football team, under the direction of head coach Norm Chow, the time is now.
You know, we worked hard coming in from the springtime, and I can tell that the way that we came into spring and also into summer workouts and into fall camp is just something different. You know, I feel like everyone is saying the same thing, that there's something different in the air, that we understand what needs to be done, and then, you know, we're serious about this season.
The biggest thing is the chemistry. Like, we've molded together a lot more this year. Like, our O-line's molded with all our young guys and our veterans. We've molded together. D-line's molding together a lot more.
Winning. It's not a sometime thing. It's an all-the-time thing. You don't win once in a while. You don't do things right once in a while. You do them right all the time. Winning is a habit. Unfortunately, so is losing. That is classic Vince Lombardi. And 2014 is a perfect time for the U.S. football team to pick up some new habits.
Losing, you know, isn't fun. You know, it's hard for us and also for the rest of the guys on the team to deal with it. We don't play football or play a sport to be a loser.
It hurts, man. Just especially the last 2 years, records like that. It's degrading, but I mean, just gotta find whatever's inside you to push through it and just keep on fighting.
It's pretty rough, you know. Last 2 years, if you look about it, like, we only won 4 games. It's pretty tough.
Having it sit inside that the whole past 2 years losing deal, having to sit in there and just let it resonate, it hurts bad. Like, you know, like, we're having fun out there and stuff, but that never leaves my mind, not a day, not one practice, that we have yet to have even close to a winning record.
You know, we just got to win and then get that taste out of the mouth, and then everything's going to fall into where we want to be.
Truth be told, it will not be easy. Now, don't get me wrong. Rainbow Warriors look much better, and strength and conditioning coach Gary Beamer put them through the grind during the offseason. Will there be a big payoff? We shall see. The schedule, wow, is tough. Season opener this Saturday is against Washington, the 25th ranked team in the country. After that, it's Oregon State, FCS Power Northern Iowa, then on the road to take on Colorado. Mountain West schedule kicks off October 11th against Wyoming.
We wanted to compete with those Pac-12 schools because, you know, some of those schools are maybe ones that looked over some of the players that we have on this team.
We feel that these first 5 games is like a test to test where our team is, to improve ourselves with these high caliber teams, get us ready for the Mountain West.
According to tennis great Billie Jean King, a champion is afraid of losing. Everyone else is afraid of winning. What kind of team is this? Where's this program headed? Right here, right now. It's time to find out. I'm Robert K. Cowell. Welcome to Norm Chow Inside Access here at OC Sports. Before Coach joins us, quick question. What did you do this summer? Here's some of what the Rainbow Warriors were doing. unusual punishment. Welcome, head coach Norm Chow. First thing, off-season conditioning program, it's working.
Well, we're bigger, we're stronger, Robert. We're have good leadership. You saw them all out there. I think with one exception, everyone was here this summer. They understand, and it's exciting because the players get it. The players realize this is their football team, this is their year, and we're awfully excited to get going.
Are you at a point yet where you're in your head, you're content, your team is ready to play a football game?
You know, I don't know if coaches ever feel that way wholly, but I think for the most part we're healthy coming out of camp. We still have 3 more good days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are going to be good hard work days. I think we'll fine tune it even better. But yes, the players are ready to play. They're tired of hitting one another. You know, they're tired of hitting one another when their fights break out during practice and all that. We've had our share of those, and I think we are. Yes, we are.
Let us first talk about the one known commodity. Running back Joey Iosefa is an absolute beast, and he showed that last year. Only played in 5 games, but still ended up being your top rusher. Here's the stretch that he ended the season with. Against Navy, 35 carries, career high 191 yards. San Diego State, 150 yards on a school record 37 carries. Then against Army, 28 carries, 154 yards, touchdown, and a touchdown pass to tight end Harold Mulleney. The only downside anybody could knock on Joey Iosefa is in his career, he's missed 11 games because of injury, but 6 feet, listed at 245 pounds, probably about 250. Joey Iosefa, coach. We'll hear from him first, and I want you to talk about. Here's Joey.
But keep your eye on number 7, Joey Iosefa. Not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also very nimble, quick feet, can get outside as well.
I think that's the type of runner I am. That probably natural because I'm playing a little bit side rugby back home.
Schroeder, Iosefa, outside, touchdown. That's effort by number 7.
Now I can picture myself as a power running back.
And Iosefa, whoop-de-doo football.
That was a heck of a run by Joey Iosefa.
30-yard line.
Whoa!
He was a big guy, so he was falling forward for at least like 3 yards, 4 yards. So you weren't going to tackle him by yourself and that's the end.
And now give to Iosefa. Iosefa wide open right side. They're not going to stop it.
I think I clipped his leg. Our linebacker Devin came up, clipped his other shoulder, and then our other linebacker Jordan Stanton came up and rallied and finally took him to the ground.
Well, my first recollection is how hard Iosefa is to tackle. He's one of the biggest running backs I've ever seen that actually has some ability to change directions, cut, and break tackles, and then accelerate at 260-something pounds. I think our players on defense were sorer than they've ever been trying to tackle him. And he kept running like that the whole game, and he got hit a bunch too, and he kept running like that. He bruised every player on our defense.
Now the good thing is, Iosefa, coach, is healthy. And I hate to put this label on a college kid, but he's a franchise player.
He is. He really is. And he spent a good offseason with Gary, getting to that kind of shape. However, I do think we may need to have to cut back some of the carries. And Steve Lakalaka has done a terrific job filling in. And he's a very, very adequate backup. We recruited a junior college player, Dominic Small. Diosmy comes back. If we can keep him healthy, we probably need to take some of the carries off of Joey. But, our whole idea is to win the ball game, whatever it takes to win the game. And Joey understands that. He keeps asking for the ball. So, we need to keep him healthy. No question about it.
As a coach, though, you got to love that he keeps saying, Coach, give me the ball. Give me the rock.
Yeah, all the time. In fact, he bothers me so much. Man.
Now, early in camp, fall camp, you made and named Ikaika Woolsey a sophomore. He will be your starting quarterback on opening day. How'd you come to that decision?
Well, Jordan and the rest of the offensive staff, did a lot of work statistically and watching tape and so forth, and realized that he gives us the best chance to win right now. With Joey running the football and Ikaika, athletic as he is and throws the football, he gives us our best chance to win. We did it, we studied it, and made that decision and feel very comfortable with it.
Now, he's a redshirt sophomore from the Bay Area in California. Both his parents are Kama'aina. born and raised here in Hawaii, made 2 starts in his career last season against San Jose State, against Fresno State. He's thrown for 143 yards in his college career. No touchdowns, 3 interceptions. You think he's ready? He thinks he's ready. Last week, when Norm said, I'm going to run with number 11, what did that do to your confidence when it was official?
It definitely helped me with my confidence, to know that Coach Chow has that confidence in me also, that, I can take over this offense and, win games for him, and also, just, have a good time and just get us back on track. I started last year in the Fresno State game. It didn't go out as the way I planned it to, but, I definitely learned a lot of lessons from that game. I took a lot of good things from that.
You're just a redshirt sophomore. There's some seniors around you at running back, at offensive line. How do you work that? How do you fit in to be the leader when there's seniors around you, but you have to be the leader?
I understand that, Joey and Cody and Ben, they're like, they're the leaders of our offense because they put their time in, and they're also, veterans. But I understand that being a quarterback, you also need to be a leader. I try to lead, my guys just by my actions, just coming in every day, working hard, and, just being that guy that they can count on.
You were there last year. You were part of everyday practice. You got a couple starts under your belt. What's different about this offense?
We have our own identity now because we understand what needs to be done, and we understand what we're trying to do. I feel like everyone has bought into one common goal, and that's just moving the ball fast and getting downfield and just trying to wear down the defense.
Chaos of a game is coming down to the wire. It's chaos on the field. The clock is ticking. Place is going crazy. You got to make a call. You got to call a play at the line of scrimmage. We're going to win this game. What's the play?
What's the play? I probably will call something to put the ball in my hands to get it out to one of my receivers and just have him make a play. Because I have more confidence in the world than any of our receivers that we have now, that they'll go up and get it, and then we'll come down with that win.
And what's that play called?
What's that play called? I think I'll save that one for coming Saturday. I won't put that out right now.
First of all, Coach, good answer. You want a quarterback to say, Coach, give me the ball and let me do something with it.
He's a very, very confident young man. When we first got here, he told me, Coach, someday I'm going to be your quarterback. And the day is now. The day is on Saturday. And he's done everything that he has to do. He's always in the room studying tape with Jordan, in the weight room. He lifted with the linemen. But he has to understand, Robert, that all he needs to do is manage the game. He doesn't have to make these spectacular plays, these spectacular runs. He just needs to manage the game because the other 10 guys will help him along as well.
When we come back, we'll talk defense with your new defensive coordinator, Kevin Clune. This is Norm Chow, Inside Access, here on OC Sports.
First off, Coach Clune taught me how to play linebacker. And he did a really good job of doing that, and I'm very appreciative for what he did for me. Really smart. He cares about his players. He wants you to succeed, not just on the football field. He wants you to succeed in life. And that's something that he pushed us to do. He always pushed his kids to handle their business. And that's the biggest thing that I think Hawaii gains in Coach Clune.
I think, first of all, they're getting a teacher. A guy can teach. He can teach what we've done on defense, and I'm assuming they're doing about the same thing. I think he is a very smart coach that knows that package inside and out, from the back end to the front end, run fits, pressures, coverages, how to cover up. But the key to all that is having answers to when an offense has an answer to you, you've got an answer to them. Kevin's been in it long enough under 2 coordinators. He's passionate, and he cares about the players.
Welcome back to Norm Chow Inside Access here in OC Sports. I'm Robert Kikola. Here's the coach. You make a change at defensive coordinator. Kevin Clune, who we just heard about, replaces Tom Kallmeyer as DC. What has he brought to this football team?
Well, a aggressive style of play, I think, Robert, that fits the young people that we have in our program. And he's so well respected. He had immediate respect when he walked in with the scheme and with the style of play that he has and with his reputation. He was a guy that I'd known who he was for a long time, and when we felt like a change was necessary, went after him, and he consented to come. It's his chance. He was not a coordinator at Utah State, wants to coordinate, and has total control of defense, so we're awfully happy to have him. But I have to tell you, and Kurt Govea has added much as well, and Durante Jones and Lou, but Kevin's leadership is going to take us.
If I'm a defensive coordinator, the ultimate thing I want is the head guy to say, you got the green light. Bring it. He's going to bring it.
And I hope he brings it. He says he's going to bring it. He, my knowledge of Kevin Clune, he'll bring it. We coached against his team last year, and they brought it. And can't wait to watch his defense play.
Now, the name Kevin Clune may not have been familiar to many, but the style of defense, if you've been paying attention, he comes from Utah State. He was a linebackers coach for the Aggies in Logan, Utah. And think back to when Hawaii played Utah State a year ago. Rainbow Warriors held to just 59 yards rushing. And the group that Kevin Clune was in charge of, the inside linebackers, they totaled 25 tackles against UH. Between you and offensive line coach Chris Niole, you guys are giving Coach Chow a heart attack because you guys want to bang the heck out of each other every day, don't you?
Back in the day, we used to hit, 20, 28, 29 period practices, and we used to bang all the time, and that's something that I believe will make kids tougher, and that they can go through the long haul of a football game if they're taught how to bang and how to be tough through those 60 minutes. This camp, it's been about Moses and Marcus and Bo Yap, local kids, every day coming off the ball. Kennedy coming off the ball hard, the D-line, watching the D-line strike the offensive line. Every day, that's old school football. That really puts a smile on my face. And so seeing those guys run around and do those things every day makes me happy.
This defense, and we've seen it, the process of developing this defense here. There's a method to the madness, maybe not to the average naked eye. It's not just complete chaos. There's something going on here.
The group of kids you have will push you to evolve the defense in a certain direction, but I believe that all the blitzing, all the movement, and all the stuff we can do out of the 3-4 is fun for the kids. I think they buy into that. I tell the corners that I'm going to guarantee that I'll be I'll blitz corners more than any other defensive coordinator in the country. Those types of things. And so I think the kids buy into that because they know they're going to get their shot sooner or later to blitz the quarterback and get after it.
In the playbook, you see it on the white erase board, you see it on the field. How do the players describe that defense?
Like the first time you look at it, it looks complicated, it looks confusing. But once you actually dig deeper and learn how to comprehend it, it's actually pretty easy, and watching is pretty spectacular too, because people are going all over, all different directions, and it's a fun defense.
If this defense is going to be successful in 2014, the following has to happen. What's the answer to that question?
Tough, hard-nosed, hard-working kids hustling around every game, every snap. Doesn't matter if we're up by 100 points, down by 100 points, or it's a tight game. We need to see guys that are hustling every second. But what I'm going to tell them is, all the hard work up until this point, they've earned this moment. And this is their time to go out and show everybody what they're capable of. And we're going to get 13 opportunities, hopefully a 14th at the end of the year, opportunities to do this. And so, again, they've earned it. Go show them.
I don't know about you. I'm jacked.
I love that guy. I love the guy. And then we're going to do it. I'm convinced he's going to get it done defensively.
Now, he mentioned some players. You mentioned some players. We talked about Iosefa. We talked about Woolsey. Let's take a look now. Look ahead to the projected starting lineup. Hawaii versus the Washington Huskies. Let's start on defense. Up front, Kennedy Tuli Marcelli, Moses Samio Boya. Outside linebackers, TJ Taimatuia, Gerald Garcia Williams. On the inside, Devita Lataimua, and still undecided between Simon Pote and Julian Jenner. And the secondary, D Magic, Naquan Phillips. At safeties, Trayvon Henderson and Taz Stevenson, who already earned his college degree as a Husky. Looking on offense now, look at the big guys up front. At line, Ben Clark, John Wa'a, Cody Afusia, Dave Lefotu, Sean Shigematsu, Jordan Pu'u Robinson, projected starter. At tight end, we talked about Woolsey, talked about Iosefa, the receiving core, Quinton Pedroza, Marcus Kemp, Scott Harden. Those are your starting 11, coach, for each side, offense, defense. Are you feeling tingly?
Well, because there's finally some senior leadership in there. Joey and Cody, Ben's a junior, but he's been there, and Moses and Bo. And we tell them all the time, this is their football team. A coach can do only so much. Call a play, order a sandwich, order the bus. But these guys have to take ownership, and this group has, and that's what makes it exciting.
With new excitement comes new expectation. We'll talk about looking for leaders on this football team when Norm Chow, Inside Access, here in OC Sports, continues. Welcome back to Norm Chow, Inside Access, here in OC Sports. You mentioned in the last part of the show leadership, looking for leaders. Have you found them?
We have. You know, we decided to go with 4 captains on each side of the ball, and we let them vote, and it turned out kind of almost like we predicted. You know, we guessed as a coaching staff as who they would be. You know, defensively, it's Mo, Samia, and Bo Yap, Lance Williams, a real leader, and Naquan Phillips. Both of Naquan and Lance are juniors, but they bring a style to us. On offense, Ben Clark, who's a junior, Cody Alfacia, who am I forgetting? Joey Osefa and Scott Harding, and a majority of them are seniors, and they realize it's their last chance, and they're gonna lead us. They're gonna take us, and our young guys are determined to help them leave as seniors in a good way.
One of those senior captains you talked about is a guy who projected to start at center, Cody Alfacia. And earlier, we sat down and talked with him about taking control, taking leadership role of this football team. A new defensive coordinator, Kevin Clune, asked you to be extra nasty against his defensive line, saying it'll make both sides better and get ready for the season. That had to feel good.
You know, we were walking around the meetings and he just called my name. I was like, uh-oh. I thought I was in trouble, first of all. And then he's like, I need you guys to basically beat down our D-line, because when you beat down our D-line, I need you to beat down our linebackers, because when you beat down them, it makes them better. When it makes them better, it makes you better. When it makes you better, it makes the team better.
By far, the most physical fall camp you've gone through?
The first day of camp, Coach Chris Naoli told us that this year's gonna be a lot different because these defensive coaches actually want to bang this year. Like, do more hitting drills, more all these drills, it's more contact, and I loved it. I've loved it so far.
It's like giving drugs to a drug addict, and Naoli says we get to bang, right?
Beyond, I think it's beyond that. It's, yeah, he'll take it like Coach wants here, but then now Coach Chris wants that here. Like, he wants to bring it. Always tells us to pump our helmet up every practice and just put your bullets in the chest and then bang them.
I joke with the head guy. Those T-shirts that read "Relentlessly Positive." It does include Norm Chow, doesn't it?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Is he becoming a gentler guy? Is he loosened up?
He definitely has. Like, he comes up and he continues to bring his own positivity. I mean, not that he's been completely like negative in the past, but just he's really pushing that relentlessly positive, you know, pick each other up and keep moving forward instead of just being stagnant.
Because the program has struggled, how does each guy find fun in football?
You got to understand, as hard as it's been, you got to remember to love the game and have fun in it. You know, there's not a day go by that I forget to have fun in the game. I always have fun in practice, to step back, realize that you get to play football, you don't work football, we get to play. And it's just something that you got to love to do, to be out here.
That's some of the greatest dance moves we've seen in a long time. Relentlessly positive. Is it harder to be a head coach and be relentlessly positive? Because you spent so many years in the trenches being that guy to ride these guys to get better. Now as head coach, sometimes you got to step back and let the other coaches do that, right?
Yeah, and that's not easy, Robert, as you know, because I have spent my life as an assistant. But it's so much fun because along with the players, this group of coaches have been terrific. They're absolutely terrific. I really feel good about all of them, their work ethic, the time they put, you know, Chris Naoli and Kurt Govea and Wayne Moses and Jordan Luke, you know, young as they are, with the enthusiasm and the passion that they have. I'm sure I'm forgetting a couple of them. Durante, we all know about Chris Demers. So it's been really, really fun, and it's easier to step back. I've talked to several other head coaches, and it's easy to step back because you understand and know what a good job your assistants are doing.
One of the other leaders on this football team wears jersey 92. He's defensive line coach Lou Powell. He's also got a linebackers coach in Kurt Govea. They're going to have to split time with Bo Yap because he's going to play both positions this season. This is your last go around. Your last fall camp is just wrapping up. By far, the toughest, maybe most physical?
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty physically demanding and mentally for defense because new system, new inputting of all kind of plays and stuff. But I think from last season at this point, I think we're ahead, honestly. Yeah.
What's Clune like? off the field, in the meeting room, as a DC, as a guy to talk to? Is he a football junkie kind of guy?
Yes, very football junkie ways and perfectionist. Like, he demands perfection because if someone doesn't do their job, there's a possibility that a big play could happen on us. But so he demands it every down, and so far we've been doing pretty good.
Coming out of this fall camp, are your expectations for yourself, for your teammates, for this program at a higher level than it's been in the previous camps that you've come out of?
Yeah, I think so, because I feel in a way that this defense fits our personnel. And of course, me being a senior, I just want to elevate the game for everybody. So yeah, expectations are higher all around for me. Yeah.
It's about time. I'm guessing you guys are thinking, can just hit somebody else, anybody else with a different color jersey.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Seeing Cody guys every single day for the last 2 weeks gets pretty old. But yeah, I can't wait to play against Washington and every team this season.
Now, Boyap, Cody Alfacia, amongst the captain group, they will be wearing the big C on their jerseys, right, on their chest?
Yes, they will. I made it a point this go around to put it on there to remind them every day that they are the leaders. They wear it on their practice jersey as well. You know, some of them aren't very vocal, Moses, for example, but by example, you can be a leader, and they're reminded of it every single day.
Now, we've got more on Norm Chow Inside Access here in OC Sports. We'll take this time out. When we come back, size matters. We'll send Stephen Tsai on campus, and we'll try to find out what people think about that guy wearing the yellow, ugly Aloha shirt. Welcome back to Norm Chow Inside Access here on OC Sports. Coach Chow will rejoin us in a couple of minutes, but now it's time for our weekly journey into Size Matters. With that, we welcome from the Honolulu Star Advertiser, please, Mr. Stephen Tsai of the Warrior Beat. Let me ask you, you've been to every practice. For me, the answer is Keelan Evaliko, a player that maybe was a pleasant surprise, who's jumped out, who's made an impression.
Well, you got to realize also that Keelan was a bull rider, and if he can handle bull, he can handle some DBs or guys defending him.
Who's made an impression on you?
I like Ryan Pasaquin. I also like Damian Packer. They're receivers now, but a year ago they were safeties, so I think they've really made a lot of progress.
Speaking of safeties, transfer from Washington, from Mililani High School, Tash Stevenson, looking like he'll start.
It does, and he's really got a lot of aggressiveness, great physical presence and everything. And he's going to be a good player. I think the problem in the past was he had a lot of injuries, but they kept him relatively healthy.
New faces among players, new faces among coaches. Kevin Clune, defensive coordinator. Kurt Govea, linebackers coach. Wayne Moses, running backs and tight ends. Clune been impressive?
Clune's been very impressive, been very loud, and he's a good instructor. I mean, he'll break it down, he'll build you up, and also try to get his point across. But the most amazing thing is seeing Kurt Govea on the University of Hawaii campus. I mean, if that happened 30-something years ago, it'd be a whole different story.
Now, talking to you during camp, you like the way Kurt Govea teaches the game of football.
Oh, yeah, dude. He's very specific. He goes slow. And, you know, I was kind of looking at the side, and I'm sort of a remedial learner, but I could kind of follow along, too. So it kind of helps. And football players are a lot smarter than me.
So assignment number one for NCIA on OC Sports for you this season was take quarterback Ikaika Woolsey. I don't know if you're going to go shopping or you're going to go on campus, but you toured Campus Center.
Yes, we did. The only problem was we tried to nerd him up a little bit with the glasses and the loud shirt, and then I realized he looks like me. So it was a little bit, but you know, he was very good.
The shirt was loud. The adventure was fun.
So we're doing a show for OC Sports on the UH football team, and we just want to see, how do you guys feel about this upcoming season for the UH football team?
I mean, I don't even watch football, bro. Really, this year is not going to be on fire, I don't think. As long as we can get a team to kind of rebound a little bit, get some games, you know, get some wins in there.
Have a lot of spirit for the team this year, a lot of hope.
I'm excited to see if we can do better this year, now that we've had this coach for a few years. As long as it's better than last season.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, 111 isn't too good. Do you know who their quarterback is, or for the UH football team?
They just named him. Hold on, I know it.
Do you guys know who the starting quarterback is for UH football team?
No, not at all.
I know the other guy didn't get it, the backup quarterback from last year, right? Graham or whatever didn't get it, and it was the other guy, but I don't remember the other guy's name.
I know some quarterbacks. I'm not sure if he's starting, but I know Ikaika.
I know I saw it on Twitter.
Oh man, I don't really know.
No, but is it Ikaika?
Oh, Woosley, something like that.
So do you know anything about the team, like maybe like the quarterback or any of the other players on the team?
I know nothing.
No, I actually don't. Not really.
Okay, I understand. You're an incoming freshman, so
I know cheerleaders though. Some of those, I know.
Hey, those are good people to know. Those are good people to know. Do you know anything about like the team or like any of the players, like the quarterback or anything like that?
Not really.
If you were a coach and you see me like walking on the street, would you recruit me to be on the UH football team?
I'd have to see how you are on the field.
Oh, like you get to like see my film and stuff like that. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
If you guys seen me like walking down the street, would you guys think I'd be good enough to go to be the quarterback for UH?
I don't know. I've never seen a quarterback before.
Maybe. You look kind of tick. Yeah, I think you could.
Okay, yeah, probably gotta go see Coach Chow, see if he let me on the team, see how that works out. I'm actually the quarterback for the UH football team.
I know you. I'm kidding.
My name is Ikaika Woozy, and I'm actually starting quarterback for UH. So I hope you come out this year and support the team.
Oh, because now I know the quarterback.
All right, thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So it's the infant stages, but they're starting to feel the love.
They
for
are.
Ikaika Woozy.
Well, I mean, he's a good quarterback. He's kind of tick.
Stephen, thank you for joining us on NCIA on OC Sports Size Matters Weekly here on Norm Chow, Inside Access on OC Sports. Be back after this time out. We got Clune getting us jacked up. We got locker room video getting us jacked up. Are you jacked up for your third go-around as head coach?
I can't wait. It's been a long off season, Robert, as you know. We all know where we're at. We all read the papers and all that, but it is time for us to be positive, to do something good. And these young guys, I feel so good about these young guys and the coaches, and it's time. It's time to go, and it's time to generate that support. Everybody knows where we're at. You read, like I say, you read the papers, but forget about it. Don't be that critic. Be somebody that supports us. Be somebody that wants to see these young men do well, and we'll have fun doing it.
Nobody can predict what happens when the whistle blows, when the lights come on. But from the outside looking in, I can honestly say, I think this is a much better football team already.
Without question, this is the best football team that we've had in the 3 years or 2.5 years, however long we've been here. Because, like I said, it's the senior leadership. Now, the schedule is daunting, and it brings you back to reality. But if our young people play and work as hard as they can work, good things will happen.
And if you're an athlete worth anything, bring it on.
That's right.
Bring on Washington.
That's exactly right.
Bring on Oregon State.
Exactly right, and that's why we're not concerned about who we play, because it's all about us. It always has been, always will be about us and our willingness to do the things the right way.
Now, sometimes during fall camp, you've got to do things to bring down the intensity just a little bit, because these guys get a bit chippy, and there's fights breaking out. Everybody's hot and sweaty and stinky. So at times during practice, you schedule things. One day you had golf. You had guys swinging a golf club. Then you have offensive linemen trying to play receiver. That's Frank Lloyd. That's a heck of a catch. These things work, the team bonding thing?
Well, I think so. Look at them. Look at the fun that they're having. That's Boyette running out for a pass. I don't know if we completed any balls, but we sure tried.
Yeah, we got Boyette giving a great catch. Offensive lineman Deshaun Allen playing defense. And here's where it gets really good. R.J. Hollis out of nowhere comes up with an INT. That's the kind of fun stuff that builds team bonding. It builds team chemistry. And when one of your captains can fake the short stuff and go long like Cody Afusia, look out world, and there we go. We got dance moves like he had on the road at Wyoming last season. That gets coaches to put a smile on their face that these kids, they cannot forget. You're in college. You're playing football. Have fun.
No question about it. Because I tell them all the time, we get to play football. We don't work football. You play football. Enjoy it while you can. Time goes by very quickly. Bo's a senior. They're all seniors. And, time goes by quickly.
Coach, we wish you well. Game 1, Chris Peterson and the Washington Huskies, Saturday, 4:30, go get them.
Bring them on.
Thank you for joining us. For head coach Norm Chow, for our entire crew here at OC Sports, thank you for tuning in to Norm Chow Inside Access.
Norm Chow Inside Access has been sponsored by Bank of Hawaii, Chevron, and Hawaii Honda Dealers.